because many will deny the truth because they've got a false facade of who they are or who they've become. You know, it works with male and female. Mental health is what makes you go out there and take innocent life, man, woman and child, or what makes you abuse a child, or what makes you hate a person because of their race or color, or because you just simply don't understand them, or because you want what they've got, their gifts or stuff like that, what they've attained, whether it's mentally, physically or spiritually. Especially if you're in a more comfortable financial position than people, you shouldn't hate on anybody. That is a mental health issue, you know. And ironically, before, let's say 60 years ago, mental health didn't even exist. They used to say that you was either possessed or you was facing a battle with demons inside your mind. People can look that up. So, you know, it's amazing how within the last 100 years, everything's changed. Medicine, religion, everything. How women are, how men are. You know, men have mentally kind of gotten weaker and had to acquiesce to women's strength when we're both made the way we are as men and women for a different reason. And I'm not the type to acquiesce anyway, you know. Why? Because my belief, my faith, my religion is way stronger than that. It's way stronger than that. There's a lot of evil going on in this world. You see it every day. A lot of effeminate men running around trying to please women instead of putting their foot down and saying, no, that's not how it's going to be, and moving on. You know? And I'm the type who's quick to move on simply because it's just, you feel when it's time, and there's only so long you can shield and protect someone from their own demise. Whether you have ties with them or not, you know. True love is beautiful because true love actually has rules, it has standards. Because it's greatness. There's greatness, and with greatness and true love comes a history of pain that you have to get over to get to that point where you have the confidence to put your foot down and to stand on your truth and to live by it. It's one thing to talk truth, but standing on the truth and living by it's different. You know? I say all of that to say this. You know, with all the deaths that's going on, you know, statewide, countywide, nationwide, worldwide, you know, people are not asking themselves the right questions, like, why are these young people, no matter what color they are, male or female, killing each other? What is that all for? Why is that? To me, it's because there's too much evil that people are allowing into their minds, into their bodies and their souls through different kinds of drugs they're not supposed to do. Fentanyl, crack cocaine, certain stuff like that. You know, your body was not made to handle that type of stuff. Now, weed is a bit different, you know, THC. Why I say that is because I actually smoke THC a little bit, but I mix mine with sage. I mix it with sage because the herbal properties in it, you know? And what people need to learn is balance in life. conscious balance. When you have conscious balance, you can always check yourself before you wreck yourself. There's no way that you can check another person without battling your own inner demons first. And that's what people need to realize. That's what people need to realize. That's why it's a never-ending struggle for those who don't listen. But for those who listen, we've got the confidence to move on and say, well, enough's enough. We already know what our destination is. It's just sad that we're seeing all these beautiful people just die, beautiful young people die. Parents are burying their children too much, and some parents don't even care. They don't care. I'm not that type, you know. Anyway, just a little something for you to think about, because I've been watching the news and there's been a lot of death on the news, a lot of death and destruction, and people can't expect you to be all happy or oh yeah, everything, let's hold hands and sing along, when a lot of people are dying different colors for many different reasons. And it all stems to evil. People need to take time out of their mundane lives just to realize how lucky they are. Because if they did, and how blessed they truly were every day, no matter what circumstance they're in, they'd be better for it. Now, does that mean you can't blow off steam or get mad? No. That's all a part of life. When you exercise your demons, it's like a fight, it's a battle. When you're battling, you do get mad. You get mad, but then you have that calm and assurance in you, like, I know I got this, especially if you've been through life. And I've been through real life, where I'm still going through real life now. It's just that there's lights at the end of the tunnel for me, and there's always been. Why? Because I've always known my roots and where I've come from. So whether I've been in prison, some of the worst prisons in California, which I have been, whether I've been in prisons overseas, worst prisons in the UK, which I have been, monitored by Interpol, which I have been, lost past relationships, which I have done, some were no fault of my own, and some was partially my fault and partially my partner's faults. I still moved on. I still moved on and bared no ill will. So people need to do the same. And they need to realize, you know, there's no point in holding on to a life that, you know, is bad for you. But then you can't tell no one or make no one do nothing. All you can do is basically protect your space and who you are. People are searching for a leader, a hero, but they don't want to listen. That's the issue. That's what's causing so much fighting. They don't want to listen and just take the time to be content with what they have, instead of looking down their noses at people who have nothing, who have lost everything, and still being jealous of them or wanting to go after them, or being bitter with people because they're accelerating on a path in life, whether it's mentally, physically, or spiritually, all three of the above, that they can't attain. You know, true love is a beautiful thing, people, but it starts with truth. It starts with truth. Truth for oneself and truth for one's surroundings, and truth of, you know, your link to your higher source and your roots, your own personal roots, your own individual talents, your own individual life.